Chapter 8, Solutions Part 1. Let's jump into a big example that I think will help you totally understand depreciation for this chapter. So we have a machine, $257,500 was the cost, 4-year life, $20,000 salvage value. The estimated production is 475,000 units produced during its life. And it actually produces the following: 220 the first year, 124.6 the second year, 121.8 the third year, and only 15,200 is fourth year. The total number of units produced by the end of the year 4 exceeds the original estimate. The difference was not predicted. You cannot depreciate the lowest estimated value. Well, this part right here is all about production of units. Right there. We need this and that for straight line and for double decline. So if you look at it that way, it's like after this point here, it's all units production, and then the first part is what we need for the straight line or double decline. Cost of machine less salvage value gives us depreciable cost of $237,500. We actually need that for units production too. All right. So let's look at straight line. Here's the answers for straight line. Remember, I told you they would all be the same. And these, unless production is the same every year, they would be different. And unless production is the same, that would be different. So straight line, we take that number right there. So cost less salvage value is $237,500. Less salvage, you know what, let's do this. So we got that, 237, but the useful life, UL, equals 4 years. So what we're saying for straight line is 237,500 divided by 4 equals 59,375. And grab your calculator. Just don't sit here, passively watch the video. Make sure you calculate it. Make sure you get it. 59,375. Now, you'll get that every single year, all 4 years. And mathematically, it adds up to be 237,500. Again, why is it 237,500? Because that's what we depreciate, 237,500. Okay? Actually, every year, every one of these at the end of year 4 add up to be 237,500. So it's cost less salvage value. Because we expect at the end of 4 years we can, somebody will give us $20,000 for it. Same thing like on a used car or a new car if you buy one. You say, I'm going to keep this car for 7 years or 10 years or whatever. And then in 10 years I expect to get however much. So it would be the same kind of thinking. Just that you're being reasonable. All right, so we did straight line. So what we need to do now is, which one's next? Let's just do that. Okay, units of production. All right. Well, we got a little extra step we got to do for units of production. I don't like the 237,500. I want to rewrite it. 237,500. And for straight line, we divide it by 4 years, but time's not our measurement for units production. The number of units that the equipment is expected to produce is the measurement of depreciation, or 220. So we'll divide that by 220. Oh, I grabbed the wrong number. I was writing it down. I was like, man, that sure is low. I thought it was different. 475 right there. That's why you gotta be so careful when there's like a bunch of numbers on these problems. And when you do that, do the math, grab your calculator, you get 50 cents a unit. So that says unit per unit / unit. This is what we have right here. All right, so, and then as you can see here in the problem, it's 220, 124.6, 121.8, 15.2. And just don't think about anything except for those numbers. 220, 124.6, 128, 121.8, 15.2. So just recopy those, and that's your 1 units, your 2 units, your 3 units, your 4 units. And multiply that times 50 cents, and you get depreciation. So 220 times 0.5 is 110, 124.6 times 0.5 is 62.3, and then for year 3, 121 times 8 times 5 is 60,900. Now 15.2 times 0.5 is not 4,300. It's a lot more than that. So if you're calculating with me, and I hope you are, you hopefully have on your calculator 7,600. So my question to you as you're watching this video, why can't we use 7,600? Well, it's simple. Because then this total depreciation, this accumulated depreciation, would not total up to be 237.5. It would be over. You cannot go over. So what we're going to do? Pause everything. Accumulated depreciation after year 1 is 110. After year 2 is 110 plus 62.3 or 172.3. After year 3 is 172.3 plus 60,900 equals 233,200. So you guys working this video at home, you can pause the video now and make sure that you can calculate the depreciation for year 3 through year 3, 110, 62.3, 69, and that you can get accumulated depreciation through 233.2. If you're good, I pause the video, make sure you are. If you're good, then you're ready to understand why this number is 4,300. And it's simple because of this. We cannot exceed 237.5 in total or accumulated depreciation. At the end of year 4, or apologies, 3. At the end of year 3, we were at 233.2. So 233.2 is right there, and it can't exceed 237.5. We've already said that, and it said it right here. That the difference between the two numbers, take 237.5 and subtract 233.2. This number right here, accumulated depreciation at the end of year 3, is 4,300. You probably didn't see that coming, did you? Just kidding. So that's why we use that instead of 7,600, because 15.2 times 0.5 is 7,600. So basically, we just plug that number in right here. We just plug that number in. And that way, all 4 of these numbers total to be 237.5. I haven't talked about book value. 257.5 minus 110 is 147.5. 257.5 minus 172.3 is 85.2. Same thing for 3. And then just for 4, just to make sure I make the point, 257.5 minus 20. I'm sorry, 257.5 minus 237.5 is 20. So there's 2 takeaways here. 1, accumulated depreciation cannot exceed 237.5 at the end of year 4. And the book value at the end of year 4 must leave us 20 grand. Now, you're probably thinking, that's nice, great. Why didn't you do that for straight line? Because it's the same year after year after year. And as you can tell, total straight line depreciation is 237.5. So the book value would also be 20. Now, I have a soft spot in my heart for some reason for double declining. I don't know why. I just like it. All right, so 1/4, 1 year on a straight line is 0.25. For double declining balance, and I like to abbreviate it DDB, double declining balance, that is not original to me. I'm stealing that from the IRS. And if somebody else had it, I didn't pay attention to it until I saw it at the IRS. So we double, and it's 50. That's the DD, the double declining part. The double part. The declining is a little different. So that's the first D, so we got a second D. Why is it declining? So let's just do the math. All right, so there's something weird, really weird, that after a while it won't be weird anymore, but it's different than what we've done so far. And I may have said earlier that we needed 237.5 for all of them, but we actually just need it for straight line and units of production. We don't need it for double declining, 237.5. We do need that information, so I was correct when I said that. But I want to make sure I'm not misleading that with double declining, we do not start with 237.5. We do need it, we do use it, so I was accurate, we just don't start with it. We clearly started with it in our calculations. This is units production, and so did we use that for straight line. We started with 237.5. With double declining, we don't. We start with 257.5. See, with double declining, we want the most depreciation up front as possible. We will use the 257.5 to achieve that, and we will make sure at the end we have this just like the other ones. Accumulated depreciation, 237.5, book value ending is 20. Just like the other ones, okay? So 257.5 times 50% is 128,750. Accumulated depreciation is now 128,750. Ending book value is 257.5 minus accumulated depreciation, or 128,750. All right, so we have remaining book value, change colors, of 128,750, and that goes there, times 0.5. Every one of these is going to be times 0.5, so I think I'm just going to put an X there just to denote times, okay? Times 0.5. 128,750 times 0.5 is 64,375. Accumulated depreciation is this year's depreciation, year two's depreciation expense, plus accumulated depreciation of 127.50 is 193.125. Book value is 257.5 minus 193.125, or 64,375. Repeato for this line, and we end up with 32,187. We cannot, just like some of the units production, we cannot go below this number being, we cannot have anything in this line here that would cause this total to be 237.5. So always make the adjustment in the last year. Okay, so 32,187 times 0.5 is 15,000 something. But the difference, okay, between 237.5 and 225.13 is 12,187. Add up these four numbers is 237.5. Accumulated depreciation is obviously 237.5, and now we have cost minus accumulated depreciation and a book value of 20. That's how we make some of the double declining balance work. I love double declining. I could ask you year 3 for straight line. You only need to tell me one of these numbers because it's the same. I'm not going to ask you to work all these numbers for a test problem. So if you can work these 3, you can work this problem, I think you're good to go for the exam and good to go for the homework. If you have any questions, email me.